everyone, welcome to Real Talk with Joy Chisom, and yes, I remain your lovely host, Joy Chisom. Well, if this is your first time tuning into this episode, if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Welcome to the Real Talk family. Here we learn together and we grow together. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on any updates I get to drop on this channel. And remember that this is a channel that talks about relationship and how to grow ourselves to be better and also better for the person that we get to say yes to. Tonight's episode is a very intriguing episode because it's something that we get to face in our relationship and can cause us to have doubt, want to leave it, or we just feel like we are clocked up in something that we really do not want to be in. Well, before you have a lot of those feelings, wait and hear what I have to say on inconsistency in relationships. So inconsistency can be very frustrating, no doubt. I tell you that for free. It most times make you feel like you're in a lot of emotional roller coaster, not knowing what to expect. It can come out in different ways, comes out in many ways. It can be your partner being responsive, being attentive, giving you the care in a week, and the next it's like they are not there. They are not even giving you their ears, they're not giving you their shoulders to lean on, and all of that. It can also be having to make plans with your partner and they frequently get to cancel at the last minute. These are all the things that can make you to have anxiety and doubt in your relationship because it is unpredictable. But what causes this inconsistency? How does it come about? That's what we are going to talk about tonight, and then we're going to move on to how to handle it. Inconsistency can be caused from stress on the person who is giving this attitude. Stress, life challenges, or even the fact that from the beginning of anything they started with you, they were not even real. You know, a lot of times people just want to be there and act like they love you when they don't really do. And later on, when it's like everything is going on as they wanted, they are unable to keep on with it because it wasn't what they wanted originally. They really were not involved emotionally in their mind and everything in that relationship. And I'm not going to say that we do not even contribute to it, because yes, when we do not clearly define our needs, when we do not make boundaries where they are needed to be, it sends out mixed signals. So these are things that you should look out for when you are trying to say this person is becoming inconsistent or not. Remember, I said that inconsistency could also be that they have challenges or issues that are taking their mind away from what they usually do for you or how they behave towards you. So how then do we handle inconsistency? If it's coming from our end, if it's coming from the end of our partner, what do we do to make sure that this stays away from our relationship whenever it comes up? So guys, how do we handle inconsistency when it surfaces in our relationship? When we begin to see that our partner is becoming inconsistent, having that behavior, how do we go about it? The first thing is communication. Communication is key in every single thing, because if you do not tell them that they are being inconsistent, they would not even know that they're having that behavior towards you. So communicating with your partner about how their behavior is affecting the stability of the relationship, is also affecting your emotions and making you feel like this relationship is not even leading to anything. It is very important. Let them know that when they frequently cancel out last minute on dates, when they are being unresponsive, when they are not giving you the attention that you need at the time you need it, affects how you see the relationship and makes you have a lot of doubt. So communicate without having an accusatory voice or tone, because a lot of times, like I always say, I think we have an episode on it, that trying to sound like you're trying to blame it on somebody is not even going to help that communication at that point. That dialogue would no longer be a dialogue, but a quarrel, and I'm sure that's not what you're heading for. So communicating with your partner is very important. Let them know that the things that they do that you makes you feel like they're being inconsistent in it is affecting the stability of the relationship. Another thing is setting boundaries. See, let me tell you, there's nothing that you're gonna say or do when you have not precisely set boundaries for your partner. I'm not telling you set boundaries like don't let them get to know some part of you, all of that. When I mean set boundaries in this context, I am saying that set boundaries like letting them know things that they need to do for you to feel that you're being heard, for you to feel that you're being listened to, for you to also feel that this relationship is for the both of you and not for one person. Because if you do not set boundaries, at the end of the day, it's going to be like a one-way thing. It's no longer two-way, and every relationship has to have the two partners coming together to making it work. So if you are giving your best to the relationship and your partner is not doing it, and you decide to ignore, it's not going to help. So set boundaries. Let them know that these things, when they get to do it, it doesn't help. It doesn't make you feel like you are in a relationship with them. But when they get to do these other things, they know that, oh yes, this is something that she has mentioned, this is something that he has mentioned that will help this relationship to going further. So set boundaries in your relationship. Another thing is taking a step back to reflect on your actions. Yes, remember when I said that in as much as inconsistency could be attached to the person who is giving the behavior, we also make it come to light because of how we behave or how we act or how we respond. So taking a step back to reflect on your own actions is also important. Reflecting on your patterns, how you behave. Maybe this is the reason why your partner is becoming inconsistent. Trying to calm down and think. Because a lot of times when things are going wrong, people just want to point the finger. And they forget that it's also necessary and paramount that they also take a time to remember this one is facing them and think about how their behaviors, how their actions, how what they say can also be the reason why their partner is becoming or is inconsistent with them. So take a step back and reflect on your patterns. Self-awareness is very crucial. Another thing at the end of the day is, if you have tried to address inconsistency in your relationship and it's looking like it's not heading to anywhere reasonable, or it's like you're just making efforts that are going to waste, I think it's time to reevaluate that relationship and check, because there's nobody that doesn't need someone who makes them feel secure and know that you can count on this person, whether the male or the female. You need to be in a relationship that gives you stability and makes you feel secure, and you know that you're reliable to this person and this person in turn is reliable to you. So at this point, if you know genuinely that you've tried everything you're supposed to do to make sure that this is no longer in your relationship and you've tried your best, then I think you should let it go. I remember I said, when you know you have genuinely given your best to it, then let it go. Because like I said, your well-being is also important. You can't be in a relationship that gives you a lot of emotional roller coaster, not being able to know what next is going to happen. You could come up one day and he's telling you or she's telling you that I don't want this, or I don't want this relationship anymore. You are not sure, and having that security in relationships is very important. And yes, if you enjoyed this video so far, give us a thumbs up, drop in your comments on what you've learned, and also inconsistent behaviors you've got to experience from your partner. You never can tell. Someone could give you the response that you need. Thank you for tuning into tonight's episode. Do well to subscribe, turn on your notification, and I'll see you next week, Friday by 9 p.m. again, when we get to talk about something else. I love you, and bye.